good evening, and welcome to Tea Time.
Welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. It is the last day of the month. Hello, people. It's July 31st. It's crazy. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and get to my in-studio guests because I'm so excited. Okay, so Friday, what did I do Friday? Friday, I was actually supposed to go to the Montauk Film Festival because the movie I'm in, It's Love, Bro, was showing there. But you know what? I decided to spend the day with my mom. Because anytime I have an opportunity to spend the day with my mom, I take it. And George Massimillo understood that that's what I was doing. And Mom and I went to the beach that day, and then we hung out for dinner, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful day with my mom. But congratulations to George Massimillo and the entire cast of It's Love, Bro. We're going to be showing it in more places. Saturday night, I did Murdered by the Mob. That's right, I was Donna Rosella. We were at the Iron Bar in the secret room. That's where we do it. And it was fun to do, but it was a little sad and melancholy towards the end because we have a pic of my very good friend, Allie Mulrain. Please leave that there while I say that Allie Mulrain has been doing Murdered by the Mob for a little over 20 years. I had her on my show, and she was Edie Falco's stand-in. And she was on The Sopranos with her. She was on Nurse Jackie with her. And Allie is leaving New York for a better life in one of the Carolina states. I think it's North Carolina. Now, where's Hilton Head? Where Hilton Head is, not far from Hilton Head. So South Carolina, right? Because she said she's near Savannah, Georgia. Anyway, I'm wishing her all the best, her and Peter. But it was her last show, and it was great, so I'm going to miss her. And yesterday, I was in Fort Salonga for a family BBQ with the familia, and it was great. It was wonderful. So all good things, people, all good things. And I'm going to also say, and we're going to put up a poster for a shout out to everyone who is in this movie, okay, called Shooting Heroin. I'm going to put up the poster for that and leave that there too, because while I talk about this, an incredible cast, my very, very good friend and talented actor, Gary Pastor, who I've had on my show, was in it, along with the great and brilliant Kathy Moriarty and Nick Totoro and so many wonderful people in this film. And what I loved about it, it's on Amazon Prime, watch it. It's based on true events, okay? And it's really about, people dying in this country from drugs, and it really touched me, it moved me, so I want everyone to watch that on Amazon Prime when they get a chance. Thank you. Also, Wizard's Book is on YouTube TV, so watch that as well, because I'm in it and Joe DeBarry's in it. That's a Joe Simonera movie. Watch that, people. There's so much to watch. And before I forget, I'm just going to say that this is my last show on Tea Time. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going on hiatus. I take off for the month of August, and I'll be back in September. I know you're going to miss me, but we will show Tea Time during the month of August. There'll just be, shows of my faves from the past. And you can see me here Sunday nights for limo talk with the guys. As a matter of fact, real quick, so Graz doesn't yell at me. After the barbecue, I was here for limo talk with the guys, okay? So every Sunday, 9:15, limo talk, I'll be here for August. All right, I think I got to everything now. I want to get to my guests because I'm so excited. God put this woman in my life. You know what I'm saying? I am just so thrilled. Frances Mignano, she's an actor, she's a writer, she's a singer, she's a producer, a dancer. The woman does it all, okay? Hi, Fran.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited you're here. So I want everyone to get to know you.
Okay.
So you're originally from Brooklyn.
Originally, yes.
Yes, and you went to James Madison High School?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and then after that, you went to, you actually studied at Kingsborough. You studied arts and drama.
I was a
right?
drama theater arts major.
Yeah. And then you went on to continue your studies. You went to HB Studios. You went to Parsons, the new school, you know. But I have to back up because when I was doing my research on you, you are an incredible singer.
Thank you.
You're an incredible singer. I want everyone to YouTube her. She has videos on YouTube singing. Incredible God-given talent.
Thank you.
And is it true, because your mom was also a singer,
Yes.
you know, so you got that from her. But is it true that like at 2 years old, she put you on the table and like you would sing like Judy Garland songs?
Yes. When I was 2 years old, around probably 1.5.
Yeah.
But about 2.5, she put me on the kitchen table, and all the family members would go around, and I would act out scenes, and then Judy Garland was my life back then, and still is. I mean, that's how I learned to sing, listening to Judy Garland.
Now, were you named after her? Because her real name is Frances Ethel
Gum, and her father's name was Frank, and my father's name is Frank. But I had this this connection with her, probably from the womb, because my mother was always listening to her songs, watching her films. So I remember my mother throwing herself on the table when she had passed, crying and carrying on. And I vividly remember that. And I don't know, from the time I was very young, I just had this connection to her. Yeah. I don't know her personality. I read up on her.
Right.
And I just always felt some kind of connection.
Yeah.
Even now, I talk to her.
So growing up, listen, I talk to a lot of people too, but so growing up, I mean, she really influenced you.
Yes.
As you got older, did you stay kind of like within that genre of music and that time?
I love all genres of music.
Okay.
So I was in the Rock of Ages, the bands going, traveling.
Yeah.
I could do rock and roll, jazz,
Yeah, you
or
could do
the
anything.
standards,
Yeah.
Broadway. I love all types of music, and I could practically do all types of music.
And she can. She's amazing. No, she can. She's amazing.
I love music.
So check her out on YouTube. Definitely listen to her sing. I mean, a couple of my faves that I heard you do was, you're doing on YouTube, you do the Man That Got Away, which you mentioned, but
I did the cover.
Wind Beneath My Wings.
Oh, you love that?
Okay, I danced with that with my dad
Yeah.
at my first wedding, and that's just something that, a song that I love. And again, you also do God Is Watching Us. That's another one of my faves. I mean, they're just so spiritually connected, which we talked about, and they make you feel something, these songs.
I love ballads.
Yeah. I think that's where you shine. That's where you shine, because you could do Hit Me With Your Best Shot also. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you really, like you said, you can do anything. It's not, you're not under one umbrella.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But what I want to know is that was singing always obviously your first love, and how were you in chorus in school?
Yeah, I was the lead when they had sing. I was the lead every year.
Right.
It was from the only reason I went to school was to be in the plays. I was
Right.
always the lead in the play.
Yeah.
That was basically my life. But then I took a turn. I got married young, and then my father got sick, and then I'm one of 6 siblings.
You're the only girl
I'm the
in
only
the
girl, so
family.
I'm between 2 sets of twins.
Right.
And, so then it became my grandmother. We had an extended family living together. So grandmother, grandfather, my 2 uncles lived with us.
Yeah.
Cousins. My mother and father were always moving furniture around because they were always taking somebody in.
Right.
My both parents were just giving, selfless people.
Yeah.
And mother was always cooking, cleaning, manicure. She did them, herself. She never had time.
Yeah.
But I grew up with that extended, we take care of each other.
Right,
that
right,
type of thing.
right.
So
It's
what
old
happened
school. It's old school. That's
was
how
I
we
winded up, that became my life. Love was more important to me. I sacrificed my dreams. I sacrificed my wants in life.
Right, right.
And then I took a turn. I became a caretaker. So like 9 people. I don't want to get morbid with you here,
no,
but
I know, but
I'm running
you know
around
what it is?
still, you know.
The bottom line is you
crazy.
could put your head on the pillow at night with a clear head.
Yeah.
And that's what matters, because you know in your heart you did the right thing by
Life
everybody.
didn't allow me to fulfill
pursue
my
this. But now it's kind of like I say,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
we got a second act now going
Yeah.
on, you and I. You know,
Yeah.
we're no spring chickens.
Yeah.
We've been around the block a few
Yeah.
times. As a matter of fact, you're single and available, correct?
Yeah, I'm happily divorced. I'm divorced.
Happily divorced. Okay.
I'm single and
I'm looking to mingle.
I'm
No,
not
you know
looking
what?
to
You never
mingle.
know.
I have a lot of people that want to mingle.
Yeah.
You know, if it's not on every level, you know,
I get it.
I have a lot of male friends that
Yes.
I love
Yes,
and
so
adore.
do I, yeah.
They are like brothers to me.
Yes, yeah.
And they are so respectful.
I know, aren't they great?
And I'm
And
sort
a lot of
like
mutual ones
old
between
fashioned.
us.
I'm not
Yes.
into this dating or
No,
these
yeah,
apps
swipe
and all
left,
the
swipe left. Yeah. No. But all right, because so you were involved in school a lot, which is good, because you know I figured you were. And I wanted to know, have you ever written any songs yourself?
Yes, I have many songs.
Really?
Many songs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Have you ever recorded anything?
Yes, I have, but I had to put
Like
it on
we need
hold.
to like put out like a CD
Well,
or something.
we're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going.
We gotta-
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a recording studio actually in here. No, but that's great. That's great. But go to YouTube, look her up. I mean, like I said, the man that got away. I mean, I got goosebumps listening to that. You sound just like her. You do. You
Thank
really
you.
really
Oh,
do.
thank
And just amazing. Really incredible God-given
I
talent.
love Liza too.
Oh, she's great also.
Barbara Streisand,
Yeah,
all those.
yeah.
Celine Dion, you know.
Yeah.
Whitney.
Well, you have a nice range in your vocal.
Thank you.
You
All
do.
these compliments.
No, you do.
I'm not
you
used
really,
to that.
You really have a nice range.
Thank you.
Because I was listening to, I was like, wow, she really can sing. And some people are born with a God-given talent. You never had any lessons.
Thank you.
I mean, you never.
I had one lesson when I was younger, and it was $50 an hour. And she played Les
back
Mis.
then it was a lot of money.
Yeah, she played Les Mis.
Right.
And I just sang in, and she was like, all right, fine. I'm like, no breathing, no what, you know?
Right,
So
like-
in college, they were like, you know, breathe, this, that, and the other thing. But other than that, it was very difficult for me to afford singing
Right. Oh,
lessons back
sure,
then.
sure.
So it was just.
But you sound like you took them your entire life. So at this point,
thank
it doesn't.
you, thank you,
I
thank you.
don't think it matters.
Thank you.
I really don't. All right, listen, I'm so excited. Fran is here. Again, actor, writer, singer, dancer, producer. We're going to get into a lot more people when we come back. So don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Happy birthday there, young man. I call you that young man, Dave. Dave Rebels is a young man. See, I'm an older dude. He's a young man. And, hey, you having a birthday bash? I mean, you don't write, you don't call. You didn't even invite me, man. Well, anyway, happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday, man. It's Dave Rebels' birthday bash. Tuesday, September the 12th at the Cutting Room in New York City. Wonderful place. I played it myself. Happy birthday, young man.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I am so happy you're watching me tonight. Tonight is my last show. I'm going on hiatus in August, but you can watch me Sunday nights on Limo Talk with the guys at 9:15, and I'm going to be back in September. I got a lot of things going on in August, thank God. I am with Fran Mignano. She is an actor, writer, producer, singer, dancer. The woman does it all, and I'm like, I keep saying I'm so blessed that God put her in my path because we have a lot of things in common. And we have a lot of the same values and the same way of thinking and enjoy each other's company. I want to give some shout outs real quick to Bruno, Greg DiFilippo, Joe Cirillo is watching. Ann is watching. Thank you so much. Michael Norton in Florida. Thank you, everybody, for watching this show. Graz, everyone watching the show. I really, really do appreciate it. Yeah, Michael Norton in Florida.
Hi.
Listen, I want to say real quick, I don't know if we put up the Rescuing Families, but Rescuing Families is a nonprofit, and they're having a sale. There it is. They're having a sale August 5th. Please go support. I love Vinny and Gina. They renovate homes for people with disabilities. Okay, so go spend some money. It goes to a great cause. Thank you for that. So speaking about singing before the break, because she does it all, she's amazing. Yeah, singing. You sing a song from Gravesend, and we're gonna talk about, that's how we met actually on set of Gravesend, but you sing this song. It should be the theme song. I mean, this song should be at every opening of the series.
Oh, thank you so much.
I love it. I friggin' love it.
Thank you.
It's Brooklyn. It's all about Brooklyn.
So, well, William DeMeo had asked me to write a song about his character. So it is in season 1. It's in episode 4. It's
the
a
last
short
episode,
little version at the end credits.
Right.
It wasn't chosen, unfortunately, it wasn't chosen as the theme song. But the lyrics are sort of metaphoric and symbolic because his character is torn between good and evil.
Correct.
So there's, so it's, the words are symbolic. He's a lion on the street, a shepherd of the sheep, cold steel left hand of the father. This is a gun, and he shoots with his left hand, good and evil, the left hand.
Right.
A soldier in command, does he kneel or does he stand as he sits?
I love it.
Before the altar. So he sits in between. So he's torn between kneeling or standing before God. He gets shot in this last, was the finale.
Yeah.
So this was written for that episode, but it's parallel to his character.
Yeah. But it's too good. It's too good. It needs to be in every opening scene. Every opening scene.
Thank you so much.
No, absolutely.
Thank
I
you.
loved it. I was like, because at first, I'm listening to it and I'm going, I didn't know it was you at first until I actually realized it was you, and I was like, "Oh crap! It is Fran singing." I'm like, "This is really good." It's really good.
Oh,
no, I think it's amazing. It really is. We're going to get into so many things that you've done, you've got going on. We actually met on the set of Gravesend. We have a pic of you and I when we first met. That was the 4th of July.
Oh, okay.
In Brooklyn. Yes. Unfortunately, I don't have a pic of us in Jersey. I don't know why. I think I was a little shy and intimidated, and that's
By
really
me?
To come up to you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and which is not like me. But I don't know. I was like, I don't know if I should approach her because you were really. Some people on the set, they're in the zone. You got to be careful approaching people when you approach them. And I wanted to talk to you, and then I was like, you know what? I'm coming back. And then we did that, and then we did, and then there was since we're talking about Gravesend, we'll jump ahead a little bit. The next picture is you with Willie and Fran.
Oh, I love that picture.
Yes, it's a great picture. That was in Jersey.
I love it.
And no, you can put it back. Put it back. We're not done talking about it. Thank you. And Justina Valentine. So now let's not leave her out, okay? Because she's fabulous also.
Yes, I love that.
That's one of the many scenes that we shot. That was upstairs at the bar, and then we went downstairs.
A lot of it was cut. A lot of it was cut.
Thank you. And then we went downstairs and we did like the disco scene.
Oh, yes.
That was a lot of fun to do. So so we had a great time together. But again, let's get back into the acting because you've been doing this a while, okay? And I know we're gonna go way back to 1996. You did City Hall. And you played a press agent. Yes.
Al Pacino? Yeah.
Yes, with Al Pacino. There's some, throw out those names, girl. Throw them out. In 1997, you did Jungle to Jungle. You actually was a dancer.
You were a dancer.
You did
there was
dancing?
dialogue. He bumps into me with packages, but then I danced in the scene, and I was hired as one of the dancers in there.
No,
yeah.
this is good. I was actually a featured dancer on. Do you remember New York Hot Tracks?
Yeah.
Back in the day, they would feature me like at every club that they went to because I could dance for a white girl. All right, 2006, you did Wedding Days.
Yeah.
DAZE, and then 2007 you did American Gangster.
Oh boy.
And you played Marie Saldano.
Yes.
How much fun was that?
That was great. Unfortunately, again, there were 2 scenes, well 3, that were cut, and I play Russell Crowe's best friend's wife, a mob wife.
Right.
And there's a scene where he says, "Tell Marie I'm sorry, I couldn't stay," and you could tell her why. He's having popcorn. You never see Marie. Sadly, you don't see Marie. But they had 500 hours of footage, and they had to chop up a lot. But that was sad.
That's
for me.
That's like on anything. You know, we do these things, and then we hope we're seen, and we don't end up.
Oh, I had
editing
dialogue
floor.
with Russell Crowe, and he was such a gentleman. He was sweet.
I was gonna say, how
and
was
everybody
it?
on set was like, "Oh my God, you know, he's in his own zone. Nobody speaks to him."
that's
So
the
I
whole
don't
thing,
speak to
too.
anybody.
And some people,
but he was so friendly. He was wonderful.
And some people, because when I was on Succession, there's a gentleman who he stays in character the entire time, even when you yell cut and you're waiting for the next scene. He's in character.
Right.
Like, the man doesn't break, and I found it fascinating and kind of interesting at the same time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then he said, once Succession is over, because it's over now, he goes, I'm taking that character and I'm just washing it off of me. I was like, okay, whatever. Okay, then in 2008, you did My Sassy Girl.
I did a lot of just.
You did
here
a
and
lot.
there.
But listen, we all
But they were
started,
little-
but back in the day, even before then, we all
I did
start
theater
out.
and all that stuff,
We
too.
all start out as extras. We all start out doing, indies and.
Oh, forget
all
about it.
stuff
When
like
I was
that.
young, I did like 250 background work when I was a kid and all over the place.
Yeah.
So in major films, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and say I was in there. I was there.
No. But then you did Meet Dave.
Yeah.
You did that, and then 2009 was a very busy year for you. You did Confessions of a Shopaholic, which I love that movie, I have to tell you. I really
love
did.
it.
So that must have been fun. You did The Good Guy.
The other guys.
The Good Guy. The Ministers, and you
Yes.
played Mrs. Mendoza.
Yes,
right? Mendoza?
I burn in the fire. I play his mother when
Really?
he was young.
Yeah.
Leguizamo.
Yeah, John.
John Leguizamo.
Yes.
Mom.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. How many people could say I played John
so easy
Leguizamo's
cries
mom?
to my
Hello?
pictures. I miss you. You were beautiful and all that. But again.
Oh my God. I love him, by
I
the
burn
way.
in the fire
he's
and
awesome.
I die.
And then you were in VH1 Divas Live.
Yes.
So
Paula
that,
Abdul.
that come on. How much
And
fun
I
is
played
that too?
a press agent,
Yeah.
walking her on the set, on the stage and all that.
And I heard she's like the sweetest
She
person in
is
the world.
the best. If you meet her, it's like you know her forever. She is so down to earth, so beautiful, so talented.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, she's great. And then in 2015, you did Old 37. You played a detective. I like that. I like a woman with power. 2018, you did The Neighborhood, which is a TV series.
Well, The Neighborhood was originally,
They called it something else, didn't they?
that was, Gravesend was called The Neighborhood.
Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
I didn't
so,
know that.
I just am in scenes here and there, and I'm playing just nothing to
But they
brag
brought you
about.
back. They brought you back for season 2. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. And then
I played Franny then.
yes,
in The
you
Neighborhood.
did.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah,
I
you
was one of the
did.
girls in The Neighborhood.
And then 2019, you did a little producing. You actually produced a short film called 100 Look of Love.
Yeah, well, that we won't discuss.
Okay, next. Okay, you did The Bitch in 4B, which was a TV series.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Bare Knuckle Brawler.
Yeah,
You
where
played Cindy.
I played Cindy. I played John Bianco, opposite John Bianco.
Yes,
and I
John's
played
great.
His main girl, and I'm offered to the prize fighter.
As a gift.
I play
As a gift. Here you go. Here's a gift.
A biker chick in leather, and you don't see any nudity. There was another scene that was cut, but
Okay, all
no
right.
nudity.
What are you gonna do? And then you did The Irishman,
Yes.
which was you filmed it out here on Long Island, right? Did you film on Long
No,
Island?
we were actually in the studio on set.
Okay, because I know they did a lot of filming out
so
here.
we were in the restaurant scene.
Uh huh.
again, that was.
Listen, you get credit, you get paid. That's the bottom line.
Residuals for American Gangster.
That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. All right, so then which leads us to, again, 2018, The Neighborhood, 2020, Graves, and the TV series. You did get a singing credit for that, correct?
Yes.
Okay, because
Yes.
you sang.
Well, my song is in episode.
Yes,
4,
yeah. So you did get
end credits.
a singing credit,
Yeah.
and you play Franny in the second season as well now.
Well, no, I was playing Franny, but now I'm Vicky. In season 2, I'm Vicky. I play Fran Drescher's
Okay.
best friend.
We're gonna take a break. Should we take a break? Yeah. We're gonna go to break. We'll be right back. Don't go away, people.
Wonder Woman was everything to little girls, especially that look like me. She stands for being a voice for people that need a voice. My organization renovates homes for people with disabilities. And when I come home, a self-care routine makes me feel my best. I'm very proud of the difference that we're making, and to see that impact in my community inspires me to work even harder for everyone around me.
Happy birthday there, young man. I call you that young man, Dave. Dave Rebels is a young man. See, I'm an older dude. He's a young man. And hey, you having a birthday bash? I mean, you don't write, you don't call. You didn't even invite me, man. Well, anyway, happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday, man. It's Dave Rebels' birthday bash. Tuesday, September the 12th at the Cutting Room in New York City. Wonderful place. I played it myself. Happy birthday, young man.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Sorry about that technical difficulty. You know, it happens. What are you going to do? We're live here, people, at beautiful Paradise Studios here in Massapequa. Dave Revels, yes, Dave Revels sang with the Persuasions and the Drifters, and he's going to be at the Cutting Room September 12th. So I'm hoping, and God willing, I go, and we're going to have a good time seeing my friend Dave sing. Maybe we'll get you in there. We'll get you in the Cutting Room. So we're talking about Graves and the TV series. You sang, and again, you were in season 1, now you're in season 2, and God willing, there'll be a season 3.
Hopefully they'll write me some juice. I'll be something.
Yes. Well, that's
I'll
what
be
I said.
recurring.
I said if
hopefully.
they bring me back for season 3, I hope they bring me back as a character with lines. I think you and I need to hang out on that show. So let's talk real quick, because your son is also in Gravesend too. And let me ask you a question. Out of your kids, did anyone inherit the singing talent
No,
that you
both
that
of
you
my
got?
kids are actors. Both of them are
They both act.
brilliant actors. I mean, they're really. My son Anthony can do impersonations and stuff.
Really?
But he works with his dad.
Okay.
So he doesn't.
All
but
right.
he's really funny and talented
Really?
as
Yeah,
well. My
that's
older
cool.
son. My younger son went to school with Timothy Chalamet. They're very good friends. And so he went to the High School of Performing Arts in Manhattan.
Nice.
And he's a professional poker player. What could I say? He's always in the papers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You know, I've seen a couple of professional poker players in my life, but I don't know any.
Oh, well, you know.
Now, how long has he
that's-
been doing that?
I don't know. He had this bug, you know, and he's really good at it.
Really?
So he loves it.
I mean, yeah.
You know, he's young, so.
You know
I
what?
mean, it's not
Do it
something. Now it's a sport. It's considered a a sport now.
Correct.
I mean, I'm not happy, but he's the only gambler in my family that actually wins. But You know, and yeah, so
Oh, that's great. You win some
yeah,
money.
he's in the series.
Listen, just
I
to
won't
let-
tell you about what
All right,
happens.
yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
you gotta
have to
watch it to
see.
find out. But
Yeah.
also, let's give a shout out to Joe DeBarry and Vincent DeSanti and Pasquale Tetti's
Pasquale
watching.
Tetti.
Come stai? Yeah, I mean, just to get back to this again, you know, you're from Brooklyn, you're Italian. A lot of it was filmed in Brooklyn, like the 4th of July scene. How did do you want to talk about how you kind of like got into that, or
How I got into it?
yeah, did you
Well,
audition, or did you-
I was born into
Well,
it.
you were born
I
into
am
it. I get
born
that.
and raised in Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, yeah.
I am an Italian American, and both my parents are Italian, from Italian descent.
Right. Are they Sicilian? your
Yeah,
parents?
actually, I do not play, and I play Fran Drescher's friend. Her name is Vicky, and I am not playing a girl from Brooklyn. I am playing a girl from
Philly.
Philly. So I'm playing a
Close.
girl from Philly, and she's kind of like disheveled and.
Yeah,
In the first scene, I was like, oh, they made me look like a horror queen. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
I play her best friend, like we're three close friends.
yeah.
And we are visiting
She's great.
Brooklyn.
She's great. Fran is great.
Fran Drescher is amazing, and
actually-
she's brilliant. She's intelligent.
Yes, she
she's
is.
smart.
She really is.
And they, you know, a lot of the times, and we're both friends, but
Yeah.
a lot of the times, you know, our personalities are alike in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times, people that come from New York and with New
Well,
York
she's originally
accents,
from Flushing, as you know.
with New York accents and
Yes.
stuff that, you know,
Yeah.
we're downplayed, and
Right.
people think, oh wow, she's from New York, you know, it can't
Right,
be, you know,
right,
oh,
right.
dumb person from
Yeah,
New
yeah,
York.
yeah.
She's brilliant.
Yeah,
she's
no, she is. She's
intelligent.
very good. She's
I
very
mean,
good.
she should run for Congress or the Senate.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would vote for
Straighten
her.
things
She would
out.
straighten things out for Fran Drescher.
I actually
She's
met her
amazing.
years ago on one of her Cancer Schmancer cruises.
Oh yeah, I was there yesterday. I was with her. Yeah.
In the Hamptons.
In the Hamptons.
One in the
so
Hamptons, right?
you were there?
No, I wish I was. I didn't know about
Oh,
it.
so what did you do?
Years ago, she had a Cancer Schmancer cruise.
Oh, okay.
Out of Manhattan.
All right.
And I went to that.
Oh, I didn't
she had
know
Patti
that.
LuPone was there with
Yes,
her.
oh, Patti
And
LuPone.
her
She is
ex-husband.
really extremely
Isn't she
talented.
amazing?
Oh Lord, I would
Yeah,
love to meet her.
Avita.
Oh,
And
good.
I met her ex-husband, Peter.
Okay.
Mark Jacobson. I actually had him on my show.
Yeah, he was there.
virtually.
Yeah, he was there on the weekend.
He's a sweetheart.
He's so handsome and
Sweetheart.
such a gentleman. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be
And they're
bringing-
besties. They're still
they
best
are.
friends, and
They are.
I love looking
Watching
on
them
Instagram
together. I
and seeing
know.
all their posts and
And they're
how
supposed to be
blessed they
bringing
are.
The Nanny to Broadway.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I heard.
boy.
So yeah, that's what I heard. We'll see. We'll see
Yes,
what
I
happens.
heard
though.
about that,
Ooh, maybe
too.
we could get in there. That's gonna be a musical.
Well, I'll have to play her
Girl.
when she's much older.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
you can.
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying.
you can pull it off. You can. You can totally pull it off. All right, so you worked with another friend of mine, Tony Welch. Shout out to Tony. I'm going to send this to you
Tony
too.
Welch,
Street Smart.
Street Smart.
And it's a TV series. And let me tell you something. I watched that clip. You were amazing. You know,
Thank you
really,
very
really
much.
amazing. Just
Thank
watch
you.
all her stuff. No, because
Well,
you play a mom.
Okay, so can I talk
Yeah,
now?
go ahead.
So, all right. So I play a gangster's wife again, and she's from Staten Island, and
Staten Italy.
her son overdoses, a drug overdose, and he passes. And she, in the scene before that clip, she's freaking out because she wants to know who was responsible, who's the drug dealer. And it's sort of like a mystery. So what happened was we did the pilot, and COVID set in, and that one, COVID took it off the shelf. It was
Yeah.
like gone. It was starting to circulate. We were getting a lot of results back and forth. People were
Yeah.
talking about it
Yeah.
all over the country, actually. Her character is distraught, and she wants to know, and she's like a little bit of a mad woman. So I don't want to give it away,
yeah,
but
no, it's a great scene.
so she wants to know, who's
Yeah.
responsible, and it's a mystery, and it's supposedly we were supposed to again before the strike.
Start it up
shooting.
again?
Yes,
Yeah,
we were
I was
shooting
just gonna
again.
say that.
And then the strike, and
Right.
he's out there He's on the line. Tony's on the line.
Tony's out there.
He's out there picketing, you know, with everyone.
Because you're SAG, and you've been SAG for a very
Oh,
long
my goodness.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not SAG yet. I'm non-union. So actually, I wanted to.
I'm Actors Equity. I did
Yeah.
theater
Yeah,
work
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I'm both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. But it doesn't matter. I mean, there's a lot of people that, let's face it, in Gravesend, if you're born and raised in the borough, and you don't really need acting lessons to learn how to be a Brooklynite. If you're from Brooklyn,
Yeah.
I mean,
Then you just be yourself.
It's not really that difficult, you know. So a lot of the people that he cast were true to the role, and they fit the role. And you know, in season 1, I have a favorite that I mean, I love James Russo. I think he's
James is
Oh, he's
great.
great. And I'm hoping that they bring him back in in season 3.
Yeah.
Supposedly his character is well, they filmed scenes with Sophia Milos in my house, and the exterior shots. And then I have 2 properties, so but they also shot.
Right. So you got
a
cred
lot
for,
of
you
scenes.
got cred for locations also.
And backyard
Yes,
scenes were in
yeah.
Philly with Fran Drescher and Armand Assante.
Right.
But supposedly Sophia Milos, you know, all the dining room scenes and all those scenes,
Yes,
and that's my
yes.
house. So I was hoping to
That
see
is so
James
cool.
Russo come back.
Yeah, really.
Because he plays her husband. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe they could write me in as
Yeah.
his mistress.
That would be that'd be cool. That'd be
No,
cool. No, but it was really, really cool. I met her at the Soprano MobCon
Yeah.
a couple of summers ago. But in season 2, you have a lot of big names because then their fans follow the show because they
Yeah.
want to see them. So you have Armand Assante, Chaz Palminteri, you have Fran Drescher, you have oh, help me out. There's so many people.
Oh my God! You
in
have
this-
Andrew
in this
Dice
show.
Clay. You
Yes.
have Leo Rossi. You have
Yes. There's so many. I'm not going to mention all of them.
daughter.
As a matter of fact, Chaz Palminteri is Gianna's in it,
and her brother is in
and
it.
Ralph Macchio's daughter,
Kristen Mayo
is in it, and
Christian.
and just a shout out to Chris Mormando, who I've had on the show, also is fabulous as
he is
as
outrageous.
Willie's right hand man.
He's a natural.
He is. He's great.
A natural. He's
great.
a natural talent.
Yeah,
I love him.
I filmed a pilot with him called Everyone Loves Charlie, so we'll see where
Yeah.
that goes. But yeah, no, just a great cast. Everyone's
Yeah.
well casted. It's just just watch it. Just watch it. Watch her, and just look for me behind her. So yeah, so to give
Episode 8, I'm in.
yeah, so I'm glad that Tony was trying to bring it back, which means that God willing, if the strike doesn't last that long, then you will be working very soon if he starts
Hopefully.
it back
Yes.
up.
Yes.
Yeah, really,
The
really,
Winds of Silence?
really good. Yeah, Winds of Silence.
Actually, Gary Pastore is supposed to be playing.
Well, he's in Gravesend.
No,
He's-
in this
he's in Philly,
in
right? Because Fran comes up to him and has a few choice
no
words for him.
in Tony Welch's he's supposedly Gary's supposed to be coming in
Oh, in Street Smart.
in Street Smart.
Oh, great.
So we don't know yet. Gary Pastore.
He's
Oh
my
my
he's-
God!
He's one of
His
my
scene with
faves. He's
and
great.
Armand Assante.
Oh, well, he gets right
Oh,
when he gets right into his
I
face.
love them.
He's great. He's just great.
Unbelievable.
I love watching him act. I really do. He makes everything look just so simple. And then Winds of Silence. Yes, you play Miss Sophia.
Oh, so in that I play a prostitute.
Oh, I've done that.
Chewing gum.
Yes, and you did.
Answering the questions.
And again,
The detectives asked me what.
Yes, again, Ralph Bracco plays the cop.
Yes.
Steve Stanulus, who I was supposed to have on my show, he
All
canceled
good
on me.
friends.
Have him back.
Yeah.
And Anthony.
Also, Good Friday. That's how you know.
Well, that's how we're gonna cut. We didn't get to that yet,
Oh,
but we
go ahead,
skipped that.
go.
But we're going to.
Okay.
But Anthony Mangano.
Mangano,
Okay,
yes.
so you're in a scene with these.
And his brother
guys.
Joey Mangano.
He directed it.
He
right?
directed and he wrote it.
Yeah.
And Anthony's another great actor, and you know, we're all from the same place. We all know each other. We're all really good friends.
You were great. They're standing chewing your gum.
Oh yeah.
I was like, this is great.
But so you know John Marola because you're doing
Right, Murdered by the
Murdered
Mob.
by the Mob.
Yeah, now you've known John like since
Oh
you're
yes,
like a
and
teenager.
we've done a few projects together. Actually, we did The Neighborhood. We're in a scene in a bar scene in The Neighborhood together, John and I. But Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph
I love
Bracco.
Ralph Bracco.
Yes, he's
And in Good Friday, so I had a few scenes in Good Friday, and I
Good
want
Friday,
that footage.
Sal Ranella.
Sal, oh my
Give
God,
us
it's so
Sal
funny.
footage.
Sal Ranella, give us the footage. But yeah, Sal is really funny.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I play this bingo woman, and you know, my hair is up, you know, and it's
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
off character, but
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, and you did that. Where did you film when you filmed?
Oh, we shot in Queens. We shot a few in Long Island. I'm in a few scenes there.
Oh, that's
so
good.
we have a really funny scene in a fruit store. Me and Sal. Oh my God, really funny. So much fun I had on there.
Now,
Yeah.
do you like? Now, I've seen you do comedy, and
I
seen
love
you
comedy.
do drama.
I love drama, comedy. I love it all.
Yeah. But there's like you don't really pick one or the other. Like, do you feel more
I
comfortable?
love
Do you feel more
playing-
comfortable in one than the other?
You know what? I love the dark side. I like the dark
Because
side
it's so out of
because
character.
it's the opposite of. But I do have a dark side. I
Well,
do
we
have
all
a dark.
do, I think. I don't
But
know.
I love the intense. Intensity.
yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, I rather do that
Yeah.
than just play a bubbly,
No, because when I
smiling
saw you
person.
do the scene with Tony, I was like, wow.
Oh, wait, there's more to it. There's more. There's, you know, I don't want to give it away.
No,
but
you can't give
I
anything
can't
away.
wait to start shooting again. But hopefully,
Yeah, that's exciting. No, it's exciting because I
Is it
did
good?
have him on my show and we did talk about it. And like I said, when I watched your scene with him, I'm thinking, wow, this is really good.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love you. Thank you for saying it. I'm happy you felt something.
No, well, that's the whole thing. You know, us as actors, you know, we want the audience to feel what we're feeling at that moment and have some kind of connection.
Yeah.
You know, where do you draw your emotion from? Obviously, everyone has like a different way of doing things as far as like
From real life experience.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, also from again coming from that dramatic. European background.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone that comes has that heritage from Europe. I mean, we're
Yeah.
all passionate people. We're very, very
Yeah,
emotional
we
and
are.
deep. You know,
I
so
cry
we
at a
draw it
Hallmark
from-
commercial.
I draw it from within my
Yeah.
soul, my being.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
So let's talk about quotes.
Oh Lord. Go ahead.
Because I get mine from my dad because he always says it never hurts to ask. All a person can say is no. So as you know, I'm not a shy person, and I will walk up to somebody and I will ask them a question. If they say no, then I'm fine with it. But you have a quote from your dad, or that one.
Which one?
That
I
you,
have many.
You have many, but you have one.
You say it. What is
you
it?
have-
Which
you-
one?
well, you have one from your dad, but you have one about your mom and your dad.
Tell me what you.
You say I'm my father's daughter, but my,
My mother's child.
Child,
Yes.
right? So explain that.
I am my father's daughter in many, many ways. And I'm proud to say that, you know, my father was a very strong man.
He was a longshoreman.
He was a longshoreman. He became a longshoreman. He grew up, you know, during the Depression in the streets and grew
Yeah.
up, you know, with a lot of older men and living in that time. You know, they were waiting online for cheese and milk.
Yeah,
And Italian Americans had it very, very hard. You know, back then there were, you know, my grandmother lost so many children. There wasn't birth control, there weren't diapers, there weren't formula, you know, inoculations. Children had to leave school, the 5th grade, and go work in factories.
Yep.
You know, Italian Americans had it very, very hard. Not like immigrants that come here now. They have free schooling. You know, they have health care. They're giving grants. You know, the Italian Americans. You know, came to this country, they really, really suffered. They were working
and with nothing.
with nothing
Most
in
of the
the
time.
trains, under tunnels, in buildings, and you know, they were working very, very hard. But children were working, and all my grandmother's and they lost so many because who had pneumonia? There wasn't penicillin then.
Yep.
There wasn't medication then. So you know. The women back then had it so hard. They had, like, my grandmother, my father's mother had 20, she was 15 when she got married. Every year she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And, you know, she had, even twins she had, you know, my mother's mother had so many children. And
So twins obviously run in your family because
yes,
you have
my mother's
your-
grandmother had twins. My father was a twin and my grandmother was...
Oh, I had it on both sides.
Yeah, and she actually, by accident, smothered him because it was cold and she was trying to keep them warm.
Yeah.
and she actually fell asleep on one or whatever that story was. But yeah, so I grew up old-fashioned with an old-fashioned mindset. You know, I heard the stories about back then, and hopefully I can have my story told. But
I read your bio, and I'm thinking this is a movie.
I have real life events. It's not even. I don't even need fabrication.
Correct.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that went on, and but you know, growing up with my father and listening to the stories and the old-fashioned values, like I stood true to that. And I mean, I actually got married 21. I mean, I got married, did everything the traditional way, the right way. I honored my father, my mother, and I you know, back then, I mean, when my mother got married, I heard the stories that like they had no honeymoon, so they would go sleep at like an in-law's house or something, and then they look at the sheets to make sure there was blood on the sheets, that they were virgins. It was a big deal.
That's the way
if you weren't a virgin when you were married, it was a big deal. Then it was crazy back then.
It was.
They were really. It went from that to now anything goes. Now, like back then, I remember in the 1950s, the women wore their big, you know, their bathing suits, everything had to be covered or whatever.
Today they floss their behind.
And it was taboo, like to do the things you'd have to do to get 100,000 likes. You know, what these women are doing to get attention. And you know what? They're getting the work. They're getting the work.
You know, isn't that crazy though?
Yeah, they're getting the work. It's backwards.
So backwards.
Yeah, so
it really
you know, it's hard now. I know we're older now. And it's hard to like fit into.
But we could still play a sister or a cousin. We don't always have to play the mother. We could still play, you know, not for nothing, but we look good. We could still play a gumara. You know what I'm saying? You know, we could get that. We can get that. It's just a matter of, you know, someone giving us, you know, the opportunity. That's the bottom line.
Yes.
All right. So listen, with that being said, we're going to take my last break, and when we come back, more with Fran. Don't go away.
Happy birthday there, young man. I call you that young man, Dave. Dave Rebels is a young man. See, I'm an older dude. He's a young man. And hey, you're having a birthday bash. I mean, you don't write, you don't call. You didn't even invite me, man. Well, anyway, happy birthday. Enjoy your birthday, man. It's Dave Rebels' birthday bash. Tuesday, September the 12th at the Cutting Room in New York City. Wonderful place. I played it myself. Happy birthday, young man.
How you doing? It's Sal, the voice of Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Canastraci Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook. Tea Time with Theresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I am with my friend Fran McNano. She's an actor, a writer, a singer, a dancer, a producer. She's done it all. She's been in this industry a while. She is SAG. We met on the set of Gravesend. Beautiful person, in and out. I'm excited she's here. She took the ride from Brooklyn to Long Island.
I actually have a house out here in Long Island as well.
You do?
So I am also a Long Islander.
Oh.
I have my cousins that live out here. A lot of family and friends
Are they in
that
Nassau
live in
County or
both,
Suffolk?
Both
Oh, they're in
Suffolk
both.
and Nassau.
Oh.
I'm always out here.
Yeah.
So I am a partial Long Islander.
All right, that's good to know. And I told her that on Thursday nights here at Beautiful Paradise Studios, Bobby has a band, and she could get up and sing with the live band. So I'm going to check that out one Thursday night. Really, seriously.
Well, I did the Rock of Ages, and I was traveling.
Rock of Ages is a great show.
Yeah. So I had to learn 36 songs, backups, blah, 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 all over New Jersey. We were doing that for a while.
That's a lot.
So Yeah.
Now,
it was fun.
do you ever do?
I love rock and roll too.
Do you ever do like dinner shows where
Yes,
you set
I
up
do
your
it all.
own?
I do it all,
right, so 'cause
everyone. I
that's
do
good.
it all. Am I too loud?
No, we're Italian. We're supposed to be loud. But you will. So you do shows at, like, say, restaurants and stuff, and you do also private parties as well, right? If someone's having a birthday party and you want entertainment, that's a great gig. Let me tell you something. It's a great gig to do, and because you're doing what you love, and then you're entertaining.
Well,
at the
actually,
same time.
I have something coming up soon, but I don't want to say it. And that
You're
was
such
also
a
supposed,
tease.
yeah, and something else was supposed to happen
Oh,
before
God,
COVID.
here she goes.
And then, of course.
All right, so you'll have
yeah.
to come back on, and we'll have to talk about these
Yeah,
things.
if it
But at least
yeah, it's hopefully going to happen. So I will talk about it when
I have a
it's-
bunch of stuff too. Hopefully, going to happen also.
Good for you.
So I can't. We're both hopefully waiting. So we were talking about family values. I am the oldest out of 3 from a very strict Sicilian family.
Ooh.
My father used to say to me, you ever end up pregnant, you and your mother's going to be out on the street. And I'm thinking, I wouldn't do anything to hurt my parents. And they put the God of fear in you back then, didn't
Well,
they?
I never had that
But
with
my
my dad.
father just gave me a look, and I would know.
My father, I totally, he was like my best friend.
Oh,
and
that's
he,
nice. No, my
and
father
he-
was not my
No,
best
he wasn't.
friend.
He just, all he told me was, Daddy, I love you.
Yeah.
Please don't ever hurt me.
Okay.
And that's all he ever had to say to me.
Right.
I was never punished. I never wanted to
that's
hurt my
nice.
father.
Yeah,
he
that's
was,
how I felt
my
too.
father was a man's man. Everywhere I went, people respected my father.
Yeah.
But he also had a sensitive side and, and a godly side. And I got to see that side.
Yeah, which is nice.
And so I never wanted to hurt him or disappoint him.
Right, that's how I
And
felt.
wherever I go, and I don't want to get emotional, but
Yeah.
I lost a lot of family members,
Yeah.
and they under my watch. I
Yeah.
took care of all of them.
Yeah.
And wherever I go, I take them with me.
Oh,
They're with
absolutely.
me. So yeah, so
Absolutely.
I honor them, even
Right.
in death. I still live accordingly. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm a nun or anything like that, but I try to conduct myself in that way,
Right,
in the way
right.
I was taught
No,
to
I get it.
to be.
I totally get
And
it.
I grew up with a lot of love. And to me,
Which is nice.
love is the most important thing in life.
It is, it's
I
true.
mean, you can perform and actors perform, but for me, when I sing, if I can touch someone, that's the only way since I was a kid. Whenever I performed and I felt the energy of the audience,
Yeah.
and I felt that I was touching them.
Yeah.
And I felt that
It's a
that
connection.
was
It's a
God's
connection.
purpose.
Yeah.
And I feel all performers, really, if you're given, in any aspect of life, if you're given any talent, we can talk about the roses and all that stuff that we were talking about.
Yeah.
If you're given any talent,
Well, say it now, because we have
gift.
3
3
and a half minutes, so say it now.
Oh, we don't have time then.
Yeah, you
okay.
do.
So
The rose story, the flower story,
So
it's
I
quick.
have a thing where, if you're born a rose, you're born a rose. If you're born a daisy, a tulip, everybody has their own gift. But what happens with people is they're looking at the rose and they were born a daisy and they envy the rose and they want to be a rose and they're trying to be. You could never be a rose. You could never be better than the rose that was created to be that rose.
Correct.
We're all different, but together we make a beautiful bouquet.
Right.
So I see a lot
I
of.
love this analogy. I love it.
It's boring. A dozen roses, it's beautiful. But, when you have different flowers and arrangements, I celebrate everyone's talent, everyone's gift. And I've always been a cheerleader. I don't even know how to cheer for myself. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't have that nature. But I see, especially in this industry, oh my Lord, people
Yeah.
are just, and what's that, Carrigan, where she knocked her kneecaps
Yeah.
out because she was a better skater?
Yeah.
It's like, I believe that everybody should celebrate each other's gifts and work
Absolutely.
together.
Yes,
And that
yes.
makes everything beautiful.
Because if everyone watches out for each other, everybody would be working and doing something. If everyone
Right,
looks
I
out for
support.
each
I
other.
look at someone and I'll cheer for the janitor. It's not in my nature to be competitive, but
Right,
I don't.
right.
I don't believe we should compete with one another. I think we should bring out. The best in each other.
Yes,
And I think
I agree.
that's what God wants from us.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
celebrate other people's talents. And I
Absolutely.
love and appreciate.
Yeah.
And I celebrate people's hearts, most importantly.
Yeah.
Because you could have
Well,
talent.
we talked about how, people sometimes do not stay humble, and they make
Oh, yeah.
money their god. We talked
Oh,
about
yes,
this a little bit.
yes.
And, you know, my dad's favorite, my mother's favorite saying is, caskets don't have pockets. It's nice to have nice things, big house, fancy car. They don't mean anything
Right.
though. What means something is your family, your health.
Health.
Health is the most important thing. 'Cause if you don't
Health
have
is
your health,
wealth, right?
Yeah, health is wealth. 'Cause
And love is the
without
most
it,
important thing.
nothing else matters.
Because you can have, you know, all the awards, you can have all the monetary things, you could have status.
Right.
But what happens with, I see a lot of people in the industry, once they make it to a certain level, they look down on others and they think they're better
and they
than.
forget where they came from.
And
right?
it doesn't matter. Like you're not, you know, you don't have the cure to cancer or anything like that. Like, what are you doing? You're imitating life. You're giving a gift, and you should use your platform for the greater good to share goodness with the world.
Yeah, no, I
You know,
agree.
you're not better than anyone.
No,
and so
that's right. Remember
yeah.
where you came from and stay humble. And you know what?
I
have
love
to,
humble people.
I have to tell you again.
Yes,
I want to
okay.
thank everyone for watching. Hello, George. Buzzio's watching. Thank you. Great ending for a show. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the ride, coming in.
Thank
We're going to
you.
hang out a lot more often.
I know. She's been bothering me for like over a year, calling me, and I really don't.
No, but you said
I
to
know-
me, "I'll come on your show when
I
we win
did-
Philly."
I did promise
when we
her.
win the Philly,
I
she
saw
goes,
her in Philly,
yeah,
and I did
we
promise
said,
her.
you said, "I'll come on
And
your show
I'm
when I have something to
usually-
talk about."
I stutter because I get so nervous. You know, talk,
You
I
were
don't like
great.
talking about
She
myself.
was great, wasn't she great?
I like talking about other people.
Yeah, well, she's not used to this, but she did great. Listen, I want to thank you again so much. Thank you everyone for watching Tea Time. Remember, tell everybody you love them. Tune in on Mondays in August. You'll still see me, but I'll be back live in September. Take care, everybody. See you on Sundays on Limo Talk. Ciao.